Good afternoon, folks. Aaron Dorr here with the New York State Firearms Association. Guys, I'm outside the Capitol right now in Albany. It's snowing right now. It's been kind of a cold afternoon, cold day here in the Capitol, as you guys can imagine. But guys, this is going to be kind of our debut video here in Albany, telling gun owners what we're going to do to fight for them, to fight for you this session in the state capitol here in Albany. I'm going to get a watch party going right now for this video. I'm going to pause for a moment while I do that on my other phone, get a watch party going. If you guys get logged in, let me know if you can hear me okay. I want to do a sound check first. It's blowing like crazy. I'm hiding behind a statue right now trying to get the air to calm down. But give me a sound check. If you guys can hear me okay, if you guys can hear the audio okay, let me know. Let me know where you're watching from also. Let me know where you're watching this video from all across the state. I'm standing here, just left the Capitol about 5 minutes ago. We've been inside all day having meetings with lawmakers. I'll tell you about that in just a moment as you guys get signed in. All right, our watch party is going. We seem to be good to go here. All right. If you guys have been watching our videos for the last couple of weeks on our page, you may have wondered, what is this organization going to actually do for us in Albany? Because here's the deal. Let's just be honest. There's all kinds of folks across the state who claim to be fighting for gun owners, and they never do a damn thing in Albany. The New York State Firearms Association is going to be very different. We're not going to have a lobbyist who comes here once every 3 months for a selfie. We're not going to have lobbyists that come here to make deals to benefit Cuomo's gun control. We're going to play this game the way it's always been meant to be played. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to use an incredible online digital advocacy program, and we're going to make lawmakers fear gun owners again. The problem in New York State is not simply Andrew Cuomo. We'll talk about him in a minute and his ridiculous proposals he laid out today. The problem in Albany is not just our tyrannical, radical, nutjob, socialist, psychotic loser of a governor who can't balance a checkbook, right? $6.1 billion budget deficit because he can't do basic math. It's not the criminal reform justice bill he passed last year, which puts violent predators on the streets with no need of even post bail. He's not just the only bad guy who's been screwing gun owners in New York State. There's a whole cast of characters here, and we're going to break some of these down here, but this organization, on its inception, is going to be far different. We're not coming to Albany to be nice to lawmakers. We're not coming to Albany to play games. We're not coming here to beg. We're not coming here to plead. We're coming here to make sure lawmakers know that there's going to be a price paid if you keep attacking our gun rights. We can't guarantee results. We can guarantee that it's going to be difficult on lawmakers who keep betraying gun owners. This has got to stop. The days where lawmakers in the Capitol here behind me have no concern, have no fear of gun owners in their districts. And the reason why that has been allowed to happen is the other organizations in the state have either A, gone silent, or B, been totally co-opted and become more intrigued with trying to be liked and respected by lawmakers in this building than they are trying to fight for gun owners. Well, I spent all day talking to lawmakers. We're going to have videos on those conversations in a couple of days. We're going to roll out an awesome pro-gun bill we want you guys to get behind in 2020. We're going to have a sponsor in both chambers. Already have that secured. But the one thing I heard over and over and over, and all day, as I talked to probably a dozen lawmakers, the one thing I heard all day was, well, sure, we're happy to work with you guys and help advance the Second Amendment, but are you guys going to show up? Are you guys going to be here? Because we haven't seen the Rifle and Pistol Association up here in a coon's age. We haven't seen or heard of Scope in a long time. Now, if you're a part of Scope, if you're a part of either organization, we're not saying anything bad at all. We're not saying anything wrong about you guys, about your leadership at all. I think we can all agree, though, that for one reason or another, as a lobby presence here in Albany, Scope doesn't exist. Lots of good county organizations, but as a lobby presence in this building here behind me, Scope doesn't exist. And these lawmakers, what they need more than anything else is to feel the pressure from gun owners. And we're going to deliver that. When it comes to the Rifle and Pistol Association, I'm going to break that down for a minute too. If you saw our governor's ridiculous statement today, his State of the State address today, you know that he has two gun control proposals on the table. One of those deals with ghost guns. Ghost guns. So basically anybody in the state who wants to buy an 80% lower and work on it, whether it's a rifle, handgun, whatever. There's dozens, maybe even 100 different types of 80% firearms that you can build out. He wants to make that a crime. He wants to make that a felony. And you, of course, would go to jail because you are a dirty, rotten gun owner. But here's the inside deal. Here's what you're probably not hearing. Tom King with the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association has already publicly said he supports that agenda. He's already said he will support that legislation. So, that's why I kicked off this video by saying there is a lot of problems in Albany, and Andrew Cuomo, he's one of them. He's just one of them. But gun owners have been betrayed left, right, and center. You guys have had no voice. You've had no advocate. You've had nobody here who will walk into this cesspool and tell these lawmakers, especially those in vulnerable districts, that you guys are going to toe the line, or come election time, you're going to pay a price. You're going to pay a price. So we know Cuomo sucks. We know he's an idiot who can't balance a checkbook. We know he loves tyranny. He loves criminals. This bail reform bill he passed last year, which is putting dozens, maybe hundreds of criminals on the streets in the last 8 days across the state, only protects scumbags and criminals. We all know that. We know that we have a problem with the other organizations who either are not here or when they are here have done nothing to help gun owners. But it's not just that. We have a whole lot of problem in the Republican conference as well. We know the radical socialists and the left hate us, but we have to also get real and acknowledge the fact to ourselves that a whole bunch of the Republicans in this building behind me, they don't fight for us either. In fact, there was a bunch of them that voted yes on Andrew Cuomo's red flag gun seizure law last session. A bunch more of them voted yes on the safe storage gun control law that was passed here in Albany last session. So we have all these Republicans who tell us how pro-gun they are every 2 years, and then they come up here or down here, over here to Albany, and they're backing gun control. Not just like not fighting for you, they're actively siding with Andrew Cuomo's gun control agenda. This has to stop. This has to stop. And it's going to stop with the New York State Firearms Association. These guys are going to know that there's going to be a price paid again for betraying gun owners. I can't tell you how many times today I heard from lawmakers who said, thank God there's somebody, some organization, somebody who is in this building advocating for the Second Amendment. I couldn't believe how many times I heard that. And I said, well, where's the NRA? And they said, this is a quote I heard all day. They said, quote, NRA hadn't done shit in New York State in 20 years. And you guys all know that's true. We all know that's true. They haven't done anything. Rifle and pistol, they're not even seen in the building. And when they are, they endorse Cuomo's gun control. Guys, don't believe a word I'm saying. Just Google it. Google Tom King, New York State Rifle and Pistol Association, 80% ghost gun. Look it up for yourself. What I can tell you guys is if you care about freedom, if you care about the Second Amendment, if you want to leave anything of that freedom to your children, to your grandchildren, we need you on board right now. Nobody is going to fight like this in Albany on any issue. Nobody is going to fight for you like this. I've been doing this in states across the country for the last couple of years. I have recently added on and am so honored to be a part of the fight for gun rights in New York State here. And it's personal for me because my wife is a New York State gal over in the western part of the state, and I have watched from a distance over the years as the fight for gun rights just went totally dead in New York. and how so much freedom, so much of our liberties have been taken away. And there's always more that we can lose. There's always more they can take from us. There's never a time when they're going to be content. They're never going to be satisfied. This fight is going to have to continue, and we have to get back in the trenches. Lobby days, those are great, but those are a one shot in the one. It's a shot in the dark. It's a 1 hour, 2 hour deal, and you're gone. What matters, what scares these people in the Capitol behind me, is your emails, is your phone calls, is your messages on Twitter. It's your activism. In the coming days, you're going to see videos from us as we roll out our brand new online advocacy tool. It is going to reshape how easy it is to fight for gun rights in New York State. With one click of your phone, one click of your mouse, you can email your assemblyman, your senator, the governor. With one click, you can use them on. You can hit them on Twitter. You can do video messages. You can do phone calls. All of it, and that is what matters. I heard it from lawmakers today multiple times, and they said, gun owners, they're afraid. This is some of the good guys, like all three of them in the building behind me. They said, gun owners seem to think that lawmakers don't care about their pressure. And I talked to one state senator, and he said, make sure that your members remember the fact that Cuomo has 5 or 6 of his allies who won by a 2% margin in 2018. And guess who wasn't on the ballot in 2018? Donald Trump. Guys, we have a lot of things coalescing right now that makes this session the time to resume the fight for gun rights in New York State. This criminal justice reform bill, which is now law, which is terrifying people all across the state, that has these anti-gun radicals on their heels. And if we can keep pouring on the pressure and hammering them with emails and tweets and phone calls and reminding them that we're watching, we're paying attention, and gun owners are going to come after your weakest conference members in the fall, we can still push back. What's been allowed to happen here for a long time now, is that nobody's pushing back. Nobody's pushing back. I don't mean you guys, I mean as organizations. Nobody is pushing back. NRA hadn't been here for 20 years. That's the refrain I heard throughout the day. Maybe not literally, but figuratively, they hadn't been here in 20 years. You guys know this. You send your checks in, you send off your donations, and they've taken millions of dollars from gun owners in New York State and done nothing. They've done nothing. Republicans, clear back to 2013, the SAFE Act, felt that they could safely support gun control and support Cuomo's SAFE Act because they figured that the NRA wasn't going to fight back. So what's the problem? What's the problem? And that is exactly the issue we have to be aware of here. If we don't step up to the plate, if we don't fight back, if we don't resume the fight for gun rights, then these people are going to take every single scrap of freedom that you care about, and it's going to be gone. It's going to be gone. There's always more we can lose. That's what you have to remember. We have to remember these people are never content. The thing is, and again, this is what I'm saying, they have been allowed to get this big appetite because nobody has walked up and slapped them across the mouth. And I don't mean physical violence. I mean organizationally reminding them, you work for us. And for all of you people in vulnerable seats who are up for election this fall, you're going to remember that if you ever support Cuomo's gun control agenda. Now, this session, we know for a fact, there's going to be at least 2 primary gun control pushes from the governor alone. We're going to have to deal with this ghost gun bullshit where you couldn't ever do a finish off at 80% lower ever again. And again, just to be clear, that's the bill that the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association head honcho, Tommy King, who's apparently never in this building, has already publicly said he's okay with. We have that, and we have this bill. If you have a misdemeanor a gun conviction in other states that prohibits you from buying guns there, you could not buy guns here in New York. Look, all this is crap. You know that. I know that. Won't stop any criminals. You know, the one thing I heard today from Governor Cuomo, I mean, there is so much bullshit. I lost track. I mean, there's so much garbage in what he said. But the one thing that I actually really agreed with, him. He said, you know, we'll never know how many lives have been saved with the SAFE Act. I agree with that, because nobody has been saved by the SAFE Act. I mean, this is insanity. We all know this. Criminals don't care about gun control. Criminals don't go through background checks. Criminals don't abide by magazine limitations. Criminals don't store their guns in a gun safe. Criminals don't do any of this crap. So you're right, Andrew. You're never going to know how many people were stopped with the SAFE Act because you didn't stop a single criminal ever with that crap. The only thing you did was put a target on the back of law-abiding gun owners, and we all know it. We all know it. So we're going to have those bills. We also have Senator Parker. This is the biggest hothead in the entire building. Senator Parker, who tells people he doesn't like on Twitter to go kill yourself. Senator Parker, who is all over I'll just Google him. He's just the guy, the hottest head in the town. He's been arrested multiple times for assaulting people. He is a state lawmaker. He is a state senator who now wants you to open up your social media, Google, search engines, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of it. Open up your search engines and social media to an inspection from government agents as a condition of buying a firearm, of being issued your pistol permit, rather. The guy who uses Twitter to tell his political opponents, go kill yourself, this little arrogant little ass, is now telling gun owners, wants to tell gun owners, that we have to get permission from the state only after they get to pour through our social media and search engine histories, and if they find anything offensive, you're done. Anything that they disagree with, you're done. So if you shared a post from Donald Trump, you're done. If you shared something from anybody they don't like, you're done. Because the bill literally says, or anything else that they want to investigate as part of this investigation. So we have that bill. We have Assemblyman Simon's bill, who is pushing to make it a felony if you buy more than 20 rounds of ammunition per 4 months for any type of assault weapon. So if you have an AR-15 and you buy yourself more than 20 rounds of ammo, and for anybody who's watching from out of state, there are a mountain of AR-15s in New York State. Most of them are registered. Most, maybe none of them have been registered. I don't know. I mean, nobody gives a crap, and no one wants to give up their freedom. That's what these statist pigs never realize. But if you have an AR-15, maybe you got it registered. But for the SAFE Act, for example, if you want to buy 21 rounds of ammo for that firearm in a 3-month time span, they want to make you a felon. They want to make you a felon. You see, this is war. They hate you. They hate us. They hate law-abiding gun owners. If you're a criminal, if you're a sexual deviant, if you're somebody who's stalking women, well, right now you can get arrested for it and you can get processed out 20 minutes later, never pay bond. It's a great gig if you're a criminal. Here in Albany, 4 days ago, some guy killed a woman in the middle of some kind of a bizarre sexual situation, killed her. And he was released from jail 20 minutes after he got processed because there's no bail requirements in this state. So these people hate you. They hate us. They only care about protecting their base. And that base apparently includes violent sexual predators and anybody else who wants to break the law here in the state and get away without posting any bail. So we have to realize the stakes and realize the situation that we're in right now. Linda says, really? Yeah, Google it. There are people in Rochester, guys who shot cops in the past, in the recent past, who now are facing drug distribution charges that can't be held in prison because of this. There was a guy over, I think, near the Watertown area who got arrested peeping in some woman's window a couple nights ago. He couldn't be held in prison because of these new bail laws. So they do all they can to trample on your freedoms. They do all they can to crack down on the Second Amendment. They do all they can to attack law-abiding gun owners, and then they go out of their way to just pave a golden path for every psycho criminal thug in the state. That's who we're dealing with. So there can be no appeasement. There can be no mother may I. There can't be any more begging these people. All that crap failed. All those tactics that were used by other organizations in the past, all those tactics are what gave us the SAFE Act. It's what allowed Republicans to give a middle finger to gun owners in 2013 and side with Cuomo and give us the SAFE Act. That crap doesn't work. The only thing that works is grassroots pressure. That's going to start. It's going to be a multifaceted program. Yes, we got to push back against Cuomo's insanity. We also have to remind Republicans who they work for. We have to do all of that, and we're going to file the best pro-gun bill that New York State has seen in 20 years in about 2 weeks. And you're going to hear all about that after this video. Right now, my cell phone battery is dying. I think it's freezing. It's pretty cold outside. Guys, if this appeals to you, if this love of freedom appeals to you, if you want to stand and fight like we've never done before in New York State, stand with us now. Go to joinnysfa.com and become a member of the New York State Firearms Association. We're done. We're done trying to please anybody. We're done trying to be nice. We're not here to make friends. We're here to remind these people who get paid $110,000 a year that you work for us. You work for us. Yeah, maybe we can't touch your caucus, or your conference rather, down in New York City, but by God, up here upstate where you have so many people who won by 2% in 2018, you're going to be reminded. You're going to be reminded. I'm reading some of the comments here. Let's see. There's so many comments, I can't read them all right now, guys. But we need your support, and we need your help in this fight. This has got to change. This idea that lawmakers can just trample all over us and we never push back, that has got to change. Like I said before, there's never going to be a time when these people are done attacking your freedom. You saw it again today. You saw it again today with Cuomo's speech. Not going to stop any criminals. I mean, the only person that this guy and his caucus likes are vicious criminals, or people who want to kill 8-pound, 9-pound, full-term babies. So if you are in that ilk, you're fine. But if you're an unborn baby, if you are a law-abiding gun owner, if you're someone who just wants to do your job, raise your family, and be left alone, these radical socialist pigs are coming for your freedom. And we can sit here and take it, or we can stand up and fight back. And we need you guys to help us with that. We're reading some of the questions here. Edward's making some comments about how the rifle and pistol has betrayed them over and over. That's just, again, if you're getting tuned in late, that's the one thing I heard. Meeting with lawmakers all day. The opening day, see, here's the deal. Here's a little lobbyist trick for you. If you want to meet with Republican lawmakers, come to the Capitol when Cuomo is in the egg giving his presentation, because all the people here, they didn't leave the chair. It's only his radical nutjob friends who are over in the egg standing alongside of him. I talked to these guys all day, and the one thing we heard over and over was they haven't seen Rifle and Pistol Association in forever, and when they do, they're backing Cuomo's gun control. This is the problem. This is the issue. If we don't, nice to see you. If we don't fight back, if we don't stand up, if we don't make them pay a price, it's only going to continue. It's only going to continue. So I want to ask you guys to do a couple things here before my phone dies. Number one, go to joinnysfa.com and become a member of this organization today. Today. Don't send your money out of state anymore. Don't send it off to DC or Virginia. Fight for your gun rights locally. Fight for your gun rights here. I will be here many times this session fighting for you guys. We're going to fight like they've never seen before, but we need your help. So join up today with this organization. That's number one. Number two, share this video all over your social media feed. Gun owners in New York State have been allowed to be so depressed because there's been no one fighting for them. There's been no voice for them in this building. The GOP has backed the SAFE Act. The GOP backed red flags. The GOP backed the safe storage laws. The GOP has screwed us. Not every one of them is bad, but as an entity, collectively, they have betrayed us. But this is something to get behind. This is something worthy of your time, worthy of your support. Guys, this is where the fight's going to be now when it comes to our gun rights and all of it. So that's number one, is to get involved. Number two is to share this video everywhere so that gun owners can see the fight for freedom in this state is not dead. Share that on your personal Facebook page, in groups you're a part of, and make sure people know that the fight for freedom is not dead in this state. There is something to get behind, rally behind, and be a part of, and we need your support. We need support right away. Guys, again, also, if you have not yet signed up to receive emails from this organization, head up to the website and make sure and do that right away as well. And with that, guys, my phone has got 1%. Before it dies, I'm going to hang this video up. Share it, guys. We'll be in touch with more videos probably tomorrow. Share these videos. Make your voice heard, and a lot more advocacy stuff coming out on social media in the coming days. You guys have a great day.